Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing look at World Ablaze mod for Hearts of Iron 4. Now, a special announcement that is coming that we're going to be doing. I'm sort of excited by this, and I hope you are too, or it's going to fail completely. I have been talked into doing another multiplayer series by a lot of my friends. The last series seemed more popular with the people playing it than the viewers. So I'm leery of making this series because not that I don't want to make it, it's just if there's not enough of you who are wanting to watch it, because they all seem to think everybody wants to watch a multiplayer Hawaii 4 series. And like I said, last one I put out there didn't get very good views. So last two, I think it was. In fact, I have a whole series that I don't know that I ever released because it got such bad viewing. So if you're interested in this, smash the like button. Please make a comment. Just say hi, gamer. Very, very few people even say hi to me. I wish you would. So I know you're out there and you care. And so if you get a little bit more engagement going, you watch the videos, it really helps. So we will be next weekend, instead of the normal live show, we'll be doing the live show of the multiplayer. I will be continuing this series, but it won't be continued live. It will be just made for made on my own time and then put out on a sort of somewhat daily basis. So we will be doing that. Hopefully it is nice and popular. And yes, I have to chase popularity because the way YouTube works, and what's the point of making videos that nobody watches? No, I still want to play games I like to play, still do stuff I like to do, but we do have to worry about popularity. Okay. Excavations. All right. We could do this a little bit ahead of time. Just looking at some other options here. Yeah, I think we will. We are bashful. Well, you're not being too bashful, Turin. But, yeah, because it does, and good to have you back, Dennis. I want growth in the channel. I want people to actually listen to all my rantings and ravings. Oh, that's... Okay. Historic day, demand the Sudetenland, accept this. Now, I do know we've lost Helmar Schacht, and this, I don't know if it was over the Sudetenland. I think it was more over the taking the rest of Czechoslovakia that he quits finally. He had been basically the, and I forget the exact title, but basically the economics minister for the German government, while also being president of the Reichsbank, the national bank. He leaves the in setting up the 4-year plan with Goering taking over, and actually sort of Walter Funk holding the position, but Goering is in charge of the 4-year plan. Walter Funk takes over as basic minister, but he's sort of a Goering flunky. So Schacht leaves one of his positions, but stays around. And really, I think it's more the occupation of the rest of Czechoslovakia. But either way, we lose him here. And yes, I would love to have a justification of why this eats up one civilian factory every 4 months. Everything else I wouldn't disagree with here too much, but I really enjoy rants, so I don't have a problem with watching you. Germans were obsessed with the word Reich. Well, yeah, they definitely were. Okay, now we could do the first Vienna Awards. which would be nice, but I want to continue to balance some of that out with things like IG Farben, which I think will help us out. So we'll do that. And we have more civilian factories because we can take a quick look here. We've grabbed up this province, which has a steel mill and 5 civilian factories and 2 military, and this province over here with 2 civilian and a military. So that will allow us to produce more things. Now, one thing I think would be sort of kind of cool, useful, let's build a radar facility there. The Munich Agreement. Now, let's push in here. Not that we have to really occupy the border, because I don't think we're ever going to come to a fight, and I think, well, I don't know, about troop strength along the border. I don't know if we're going to have another sort of problem there where we need to. I'm not sure, but we'll just do that. Okay, so we've got that, and we're going to get another civilian factory, I think. Okay, well, we just picked up a bunch of, I think, okay, we need more trucks and more tactical bombers and more of everything, I'm absolutely sure. But hey, thanks for following, do appreciate it. Dennis, good to have you here. Just so everybody knows, I stream this time Saturdays playing Hearts of Iron, whether it's Hearts of Iron 3 or Hearts of Iron 4. And on Sundays at about this time, we do War Thunder. So hope you'll enjoy those. And of course, I've got a YouTube channel if you want to check it out for more videos over there too. Oh, let's put a factory way out there. Comes to mind is to show how hard on civilian economy gets results but burns out everything. But see, I've studied it as much as I can, and I don't see that with the 4-year plan, that he's burning out the civilian economies. I just don't see that. Name is playing sound twice. Oh, is it echoing through the... Oh, shit. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Let me go over to headphones. Things aren't working. I'll probably solve it. Let's see if this works better. Okay, hopefully that'll be better. Wait a minute, no it isn't. Oh, it seems to be better, yeah, okay. Hopefully this is better. Let me know if it's still echoing. No problem, Dennis. Let me know if the sound keeps echoing. Good to know. Well, okay. There is definite corruption when it comes to Goering. No doubt about it. but I think it is overblown as to the scale of it. Goering, he's in charge of the 4-year plan, and there's a specific, shall we say, a government-owned, if you will, not Goering-owned, but government-owned Reichswerks Hermann Goering. It's just more named after him. Now, it is part of the 4-year program, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it as that big of a as eating up resources. Okay, we're doing this. IG Farben. Good, that's what we wanted to do now. Which allows us to, well, when we get a chance, we'll do some more research. We could do that to deal with some of the elements, but I think we're going to continue to balance things out. Let's come over here and do the first Vienna Award. Oh no, we got, yeah, that's... Hey, Extreme Finger, good to have you here. Yeah, but you realize that right now we are in 50% economic fatigue, and I just don't see the economic fatigue for Germany in 1938. I just don't see it. Everything that I've read a bunch, and I've not read everything, but everything that I've read, I don't see German economic fatigue in 1938. I just don't see it. And not that. I see. Because I have to look at it from what it was under Weimar and its improvements starting, from 33 to 36 is then when the game starts. I just don't, I see economic, improvement, not fatigue getting worse and worse as time goes on, because that's the way this game is. It's constantly getting worse. And I just don't see it. I see improvement. So it just seems, it's World Ablaze, yes. Can you say again? Yes. World Ablaze. Thanks, Toy. It's around 30 around 40 when you start. Yeah. And I just don't see economic fatigue for Germany. I think I don't know if Unknown watches TIK, because TIK, the YouTuber, if you don't know who I'm talking about, he's very much of a probably Austrian economics type free market kind of guy. He's very, very, very pro markets. And he talks about some of the German economic problems, and there were some, most assuredly some. But with anything like this, you have to do compared to what? How is this a fracturing economy? When you look back and you see still much of Europe, and why the hell did the Sudetens want to so badly get in with Germany? Why did the Austrians want to? Because there was an economic miracle going on in Germany, and these people were not part of it, okay? Austria, as far as I understand, was not doing great, and is why they supported Anschluss. They see Germany as a rip-roaring, vigorous economy, and they're still sort of in limbo, if you will. And so I just don't see it. I see that, and I will agree with him. if we continue the civilian, or continue the peacetime economy the way it was being done by 1946, 48, yeah, we'd start having it, but not now. I just don't see this. I just don't see this level of deterioration. I do not see, also in America, economic fatigue during World War II of any significant amounts. I see in Germany war fatigue, whether it's casualties on the front lines or cities being bombed or whatever. I see that. And yeah, maybe starting late 44, early 45, because of the total Krieg, the total war, really starting to creep in. But I see much more of an economic fatigue from Germany of importing labor from various countries and various levels of enforcement. Everything from slave labor to, come work in Germany, get better pay and better rations than working in the Netherlands, truly volunteer, truly, just incentivized labor coming in, to the other extreme being slave labor, meaning there's the whole spectrum in between all of that going on. That causing more economic fatigue or disruption or whatever you want to call it, because it doesn't matter whether it's called fatigue or disruption or whatever. That is immaterial. And so I see that, and I just see Germany as basically an economic miracle that would, because it is to a point a Ponzi scheme. The whole, and we have it here. The whole scheme for, what am I, Centralized Army, don't they, Reichsbahn, organization to, Volkswagen scheme here. Yeah, the whole Volkswagen, I went to the KDF because it is sort of a KDF scheme. The whole Volkswagen Ponzi scheme was that starting in about, I don't know, was it 36 or 37 or whatever, you could start buying Volkswagen automobiles, but they didn't even have a factory yet. I mean, they were doing some prototypes. Ferdinand Porsche was, doing some prototypes. But what it was is sort of like, and when I was a kid, they had these blue chip stamps. I won't go into too much, but is that you could pay, the idea of like $5 a week, and you get a stamp and you put it into this book. And as you'd filled up the book, once you filled up the book, you can get a Volkswagen. Well, in no practical sense that any economic person that I've ever seen that's looked into this, that by the time that everybody's books were being filled up, they weren't going to have the cars available. Oh, they'd have a factory going. They would be pumping them out by that point. But there would be like the demand for the cars would be 10 times the number of cars being made, because everybody was because they got a good jobs in the armament industry, or they got a good jobs in the railway industry, or whatever, and so they were putting I think there was 5 marks is what these stamps cost. And now you didn't have to do it 100% every week. If you had a tough week or whatever, you could skip a week or two. It just delayed when you'd get the car. And so you just filled up the book full of stamps. And everybody knew at the time that, the factory was being built. It was going to take a few years. And it was going to take a few years to fill this book up. But, it's selling it beforehand. Instead of building the car and then you taking out a loan and paying it off over time, you were, pre-ordering, to use our term. And so it was a complete Ponzi scheme. The government was going to collapse at some point. Now, how the National Socialist government was going to, do the song and dance and make everybody happy, I don't know. But there weren't going to be enough cars. Now, the main Volkswagen plant does come online, but builds Kubelwagens, which are just basically Volkswagen set up as a military Jeep-like thing. You're used to seeing from all the movies, the Kubelwagen. So it ends up being a useful military vehicle and a useful military plan, and everybody is, and they sort of stop the scheme because hold on, we've got a war to fight. Don't we're no longer selling the stamps. It'll be delayed. Keep your books. After the war, we'll start it back up. Blah blah blah. But yeah, after a while, all of this sort of German economic problems will come crashing down, but not in 38, not in 39, not in 40. And so I just don't see this. Because this is compared to what? A base standard. Compared to what Britain was doing. America right now should be in. I don't know if we can easily look at this, but I don't know if it shows any of what. Unstable economy, is that where they're at here? Oh man, America should be a whole lot worse than that because America is just, its economy is just stagnant in 38. It's the Great Depression. There are so many out of work people. Now, fortunately, what continues to make it so bad is all the government regulations and other government problems that are making the situation really bad. But they're also keeping people from starving. Yeah, but America's economy is stagnant at this point. And so compared to what? Germany's economy is doing so much better than America's at this point. I'm just not buying this as being a realistic situation here. Okay, how are we doing? Oh. Gamer's talking too much when he should be attacking. Come on, you could help me out. You put one of these divisions as a support the attack kind of thing. Oh, you're even taking one division away. Oh, goody. And we're going to rush into here. I don't think we can get Madrid, but I think we can get an outskirts. Oh. He made it across the river. Improved radar, nice. Okay, here. Yeah, we're going to do 43 days, get more rubber. We are -4 on rubber. All those trucks need their tires. First Vienna Awards. Man, you could have attacked the guy that was down here and then he wouldn't have reinforced. Okay, so we just got the first Vienna Awards for Austria. Now we're due 42 days out of 120 to be able to take out Czechoslovakia, so we can't go down there yet at all. Let's do that. Okay, stop your attack there. Drive into there. Yeah, going after the city fighting isn't the best option. Here, they can come down and help support. Hopefully, even though we are not doing so well for... Okay. Supplies, let's push into here. And now let's attack there. So that hopefully these guys over here join in my attack from the other side and we can cut off Madrid from the rest of Spain. Okay, we've got the BF 110 basic model, whatever, in the game here. Researched good. And we're going to get our oil fuel gain from refineries. 40 days, yes. Okay, now they're sort of joining in, it looks like. Or at least defending from... Okay, yeah, now they're definitely joining in. Okay, so we've got one more division helping us out here. Oh, another thing we need to do is, which I haven't, I know. Okay, we have a bunch of these air doctrines that we can do here. Yeah, we're going to do dive bombing. Interception. Air superiority, I think that'll be the more competitive one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, get through all of those bonuses. Here, well, enable targeting, mining efficiency. Yeah, we could do that. Oh, that reminds me, I want to... Oh, it's not going to let me do one down there. Okay, even it's sort of kind of says it would. Cruisers, frigates, destroyers. Okay, and I think we will spend damage control. Land doctrines, what can we, should we, okay. I like Conf Group A, let's do that. Off the tank. We'll do that. Oh, it's not letting me down to there. Okay, sometimes I wish I knew that. Better knew. Okay, they want me to get to here first, I guess. Heart attack, defense. We'll do heart attack. Bonuses. There we go. Regain your organization. Join the attack again. Okay, well, you know what we're going to do is we're going to move this because I'm seeing here attrition is super high, so we're going to fall out and leave the infantry there to hold that, and maybe we'll come around here and pick it up from the other side. Okay, we still have the fate of Czechoslovakia, about 60 days away. So about 3 of these 21-day decisions. And we can produce more factories. Let's take a quick look at radar. They're still building that one. Okay. Well, let's do that. Right, okay, well, we're doing that, so we're going to wait a bit on more research. Where's our tanks? They're kind of around here. Maybe should have put them on. Okay, we can do Panzer Expert. That would be good. And we could do Combined Arms. Improved rubber processing, very good. How much? Okay, 4 days. We'll wait the 4 days. Come on, get across the mountains. I see that's tough. There we go. Now, We're gonna, let's see, currently we have a positive now on rubber, but we will have a negative eventually as we continue to, oh, pause. Yeah, let's do this. Monowitz Buno works. Okay, now. Let's first do some of these. Those are very far in the future. Let's see about, we're almost to 39. Should we just wait a few days? Yeah, we should just wait a few days. Let's get to 39. Okay, now that you're here, you get up there. Remember, we were massively being hit by bad supply in here. Now, whoop, we got that very quickly. Obviously, they'd already defeated them by that point. No, down here. So you need to take that. Take Toledo. There we go. That way we have a supply hub, I believe. Let's drive over there. Okay, build more factories. And yes, January 1st. Okay, so before we start running out of wasted time here, research. Got that, good. We might just want to make cheaper subs. Let's see. Approved logistical company, that would be useful. Hello, Holiday Punch. Oh, well, we're working there. And it didn't go down until early 39. That's about the right historical date. I think it was, what, April, March 39 that the rest of Czechoslovakia gets broken up? We've already got to Sudetenland, so we've done that bit. Yeah, it'll be a while, so let's research better Panzer IVs. Make Bisons. Well, we'll see about that, Arno. It's maybe not the best thing to do just yet, but maybe we should research. Let's take some of these railways so that we keep supply. I love that there's railways in the game now. In March 16th. Very good. Thanks, Holiday Punch. Yeah, I don't remember all the dates. I'm not the best at that. Okay, crush this last pocket. All right. 28 days, which will get more fuel gain from refineries, but we're pretty stocked up on fuel right now, so we'll need that. We will do that. It's just this is we'll do that. The other thing I wanted to do, and I forgot to do, is I want to stop producing those after you get that one done. Now, we have new models of things. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Okay, get that sort of cleared out. Yeah, that one we will go over to that for just a minor disruption. Now D's and E's and A's. Well, let's, oh no, I want to come over here. I don't remember these well enough. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to see the new HE 111s until 42, so it would be worth. Sometimes they jump through so fast, I would rather just, like I skipped the B1 and went to the D1. So sometimes it's better to skip, I think. But this is going to be long enough. And whatnot, so we'll do that. Okay, we've got that pocket crushed. They've got this other pocket crushed. Let's come over to here, the railway links. Yes, Madrid is surrounded, and I don't want them to move their capital and move it to Valencia or some other place. So I'm wanting to crush a bunch of these forces while the capital is surrounded. At least that's my thoughts. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but that's my current thoughts on it. Okay, 3839, fire control system. Yeah, I hope it will work. I'm not sure it's the best, but I think it's a good plan. Yeah, no, we're gonna... So right now that's our radar, current radar coverage. Not very complete, but at least it's there. We're gonna have one more and we're gonna do some more, but let's... do that, but we're also going to come over here and take a quick look. Yes, we want to build the west wall, which is going to take 5 civilian factories. So we're going to do that. Well, we can. U.S. oil. We got plenty. We got more fuel than we know what to do with right now. Now, the other thing we're going to start building is 110s. 110s. Okay, how many? We don't have any. Okay, let's do 4 factory lines of that. Look over here. Well, we need more. Oh, we need more. God, that's getting bad. Okay. All right. That's getting bad. You drive down to there. We gotta build a lot more trains. Hello, Ragar. Yep, still the Spanish Civil War. But it's going pretty historical. It's 1939 and beginning of, and they're collapsing. So it's about historically set up. Now that should give us, oh, we're still working through it, I think. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's 78 days. U-boat effort, very good. Now what, the reason I stopped producing those destroyers is because I want to produce the Burmset class, because that can lay mines. I want to do some mine laying. Okay, we could do the fate of Czechoslovakia now. World tension increases, but I think it is the time. So we're slightly ahead of schedule. Yeah, they're about crushed in on Madrid. Okay, they're joining us in our Valencia fight finally. That's where most likely the capital will flee to if Madrid falls. And that's going to be a harder city fight than this is for my panzers. Okay, city. Now, on that, we have, we're currently building the Type 9s. So that is one of our better ones. Now, I may also produce some shorter range ones that are a bit cheaper to produce. That's 9.911, and where this is 634, so they produce a bit quicker. But they'll be shorter ranged, so we'll see. But that's currently our best submarine long range class that we can produce. Okay, so we've got Valencia. Let's come up and help them, I guess. Take Madrid to put the war out of our misery. We're gaining, well, some urban assault specialty, I guess would be good. But the fate is check. Oh, pause. Okay. We'll put the squeeze on him. We're gonna okay, so let's look at this. If we take all of Czechoslovakia, okay, with 49, so we could take all of it. We lose, what's that, 100,000 manpower sort of for police. If we partition it with Hungary, we get a minor economic fatigue improvement. We set up puppet state. We still have 100,000 manpower. What does a puppet state use? Czechoslovakian goal to reduce cost of MIFO bills. Get to 10% reduction. Resource gain. All of that is because of the political power base down by 300 up here. No political power down here. This might be the most sensible one, but it doesn't reduce the economic fatigue by very much. I don't know why this one here, this one has such a heavy manpower as this. I don't know. The Czechs were rather compliant. They did not need to be heavily occupied like France did, or the Netherlands or something needed a lot more troops. But we'll go this way, do the historical thing. So, okay, so let's see, there we go. I'm still not. I know it was a Reich protectorate, but I don't know. I would more heavily integrate it into the German economy. Yeah, they got Konstantin von der Roth. Okay, let's look at this here. Okay, reintegrate former transport networks, promote National Socialism, develop the military police, local volunteers, national works. Once you get those done, 3 civilian factories in Upper Bohemia. Invite German settlers. Legitimize. Okay, well, those will take a long time. And I know these puppet states, protectorates. What is Toyjet? It's to simulate the transfer of forces of loading unit OOBs for the protectorate. Yeah. Well, now I think, let's see here. I thought we got a production line. See, because it was the Reich Protectorate of Bohemia and Moravia. But economically, for just about everything that, again, I can see. Hey, Extreme Finger, how you doing? Czech production of artillery, of rifles, of tanks. Just so much went straight into Germany. Sure, the recruitable population, everybody in Czechoslovakia had to design, or, in Czechia or whatever, had to decide whether they were German or Czech. That was your choice. If you couldn't really speak at all German, you couldn't be German. But if you could even speak fairly broken German and you wanted to declare you were German, they would accept you, basically. That's my understanding. So if oh yeah, one of my grandmothers was German or something, and you want to go, okay, you're German, and you sort of speak some German because there was a whole, I don't know, I'm going to just 10% or 20%, somewhere in that range, I believe, of people living in Prague at the time considered themselves German. They were sort of like the Sudeten Germans, but they were urbanites that for however many generations of the Austro-Hungarian Empire just lived in Prague. And they were part of the ruling... oh, it's going well. I'm still on my old PC because I'm loading in new programs. Just yesterday, I think it was, I got War Thunder installed on my new machine, and all that's going on. Hello, Beamslam. How you doing? So I'm having fun getting things organized up, but I just wasn't quite ready to use it to stream today. So... I don't know. I just don't see it. I know it was a protectorate. I just see it as much more integrated than any of the Well, no, I was, it's about as integrated as Luxembourg, which gets integrated into the Reich, and this bit of France here, Alsace-Lorraine, whatever you want to call this bit here, that gets integrated into the Reich. And it's as integrated into the Reich as sort of Danzig gets integrated into the Reich, and sort of these parts of Poland here get reintegrated back to the Reich. It's these other parts here that this I don't think really represents the general government, but maybe some of the provinces here, where this very much is the general government down here. So, I would say, the whole Danzig corridor area, and we could argue over, a particular province here, but this is, back into the Reich, but not as integrated, but here this is fairly integrated back in to it. I will put it when I upgrade Extreme Finger. I will put it, if you scroll down here currently, you'll see my current the video card. The video card, if you look at Kit's name, because it's going to be called Kit or Kit 2, my new PC. The only thing really wrong with the current specs for the one I'm currently playing is the RTX 30 Ti. That's in my new machine. I've gone back to my old graphics card, but I'll do the same thing for this once I get it up and streaming, so you can see my stats, just so you know what I'm playing and streaming, and how good things are running or not. Mostly they will be running good, but just so that you know. But yeah, we will do that. So, because I really think, and then of course, the Reichskommissariats, the general government, which is basically a Reichskommissariat, and then the Reichskommissariats of Ukraine and Belarus. They weren't integrated. They weren't like... So I would just make this part of Germany. I just would. I look at things like... And I know people talk about, they somehow... And I've yet to see... They somehow sabotaged the development of the Hetzer tank. The Czechs did. I don't know. I'd love to somebody you could... pointed out how the design of the heads, I'm not talking about workplace sabotage, I'm talking about like the design of it. How did they design the Hetzer tank badly? That could have been done better within the parameters of that. So you have the Czechs, the whole 38T production line history of setting that up. You have that, from the 38T to, the Marder 3 to the Hetzer and some of the other variants along there. They even designed an armored personnel carrier based on it. Really cool stuff. They produce a bunch of German artillery, and even produce probably about the war's best 105 millimeter artillery piece. Just in about 1945. Design it never gets really into production, I don't think, because again, it's sort of 1945. You have an aircraft industry. They find that when they take over the Czech aircraft industry in March 39, the German evaluation of the prototype, I forget the model fighter, it wasn't enough better than the current BF 109, the Messerschmitt 109, enough better to set up or to have two different production aircraft. So it was better than the 109, but not enough better to make it. So they just basically turned the a lot of the Czech aircraft production just into making components and whatnot for the 109, if I'm not mistaken, or it could be some other aircraft. I'm not 100% up on that. And it is really only once the war really starts do they look at the Focke-Wulf 190, and the main reason they do that is because it has the I keep saying not a rotary engine, but it has the not the not because rotary is slightly later. It's not an inline engine. It's the cylinder heads are in a circle. Sorry, blanking on the term I'm looking for. And which uses different production techniques, and the Germans could produce a bunch of those engine types. So they went with the two basic models, finally the 190 and the 109, and kept them in. But that's only after radial. That's it. Thanks. Toy jet, yeah, radial engine. Went to a radial engine design, and that's a different production method, turning out those radial engines than inline engines. And they had radial production lines already set up, so just changing it. So having those two basic models was a good enough reason to have two models of fighters at that point, but it really isn't, until that point that they do. So there's a lot of, and so Czechs are actively going to various production designs, improvements. They're producing huge numbers of rifles for Germany, so I would really just put it all as German. Yeah, the Hetzer was even used by, so it's up, yes, absolutely, beam slam. I didn't know it was till the 80s, probably in very, very reserve units by that point, but yeah. Hetzer was very useful aircraft. Yeah, Arno. Okay. So, so you're looking at that. I see more integration, and because again we're just trying to, we're not so much hung up, I'm not being hung up on labels, and that this was the Reich Protectorate of Bohemia and Moravia, and Konstantin van der Roth was the Reich Protector of it, but functionally I would say it was highly integrated. Right, let's look. Well, we got a lot to do. Let's do formation of the Panzerwaffe. Okay, okay, so here we go. Capture the tank industry or newly acquired control over Czechs, incorporate good, excellent. So we add technology, add a production line of 38Ts, add a bunch of stockpiles of 38Ts, 35Ts, 34. In essence, okay, research finished. Now, good. And we also need to build the air defense, west wall air defense zone. Get that going, so because this one is 57 days left, we want to get that going before too long. Okay, so right. Okay, so we got that 38 T's. This is all coming in from there. One thing we need to do is more trains. Let's do 4 more production lines and trains. What else do we need? Lots of trucks still. Hopefully that basically doubling of trains will, well, more than doubling of trains will help us out. Trucks. Yeah. We have to reactivate some steel mines. Yeah, just fighters. We need lots of fighters. Even though we may not have huge. Okay, didn't I see? Okay, now we're caught up on bombers. Well, we're doing pretty good. What's, okay, infantry equipment with all of our captures, including Czechoslovakia. Artillery. All right. Yeah, we have that. Okay, good. I think just motorization. I know it's not sexy like more tanks would be, but okay, we need lots of open up more core steel mills. Hello, Plastic Gangsta. Has been a little while since I've said hi to you. This does look deep. You have a map on map trains and different pieces of real equipment. I love the General Portmans. I have to say I like everything but the sprites. Yeah, well, okay, I tell you, people, I know I've talked about this and probably nobody is going to watch this. It would be the person to do it. They did eventually let us know that they made a 3D style counter like in Hearts of Iron 3. But since they went with a 3D map, it just looked really bad because, like, you can see this guy's legs are cut off. It looked really bad. So if somebody actually went out and produced, and I would do it on the base, base map, but not anything, but produced a 2D map, a flat map that, graphically wise, and set that up as an alternative. And I'm not the most influential guy out there, trust me, I know this, but I will really try to twist their arms into releasing the old style counters that would have, so when they're training, a little cogwheel or whatever would, sort of like we're seeing here, because that's guy training, I think, here, would show up and whatnot. And so we would have that style of counters back if there was a flat map. It needs to be a flat map. Yeah, well, I mean, this has pseudo-NATO counters, but get rid of, just sort of combine it all, put it back to that. But what it takes, and I understand their point is, because like it would probably be under this mountain or something the way it would work. So it just looked ugly and they didn't do it. So if somebody were to take the time and produce a global, flat map, that had some sort of flat representation for mountains and plains and jungles and deserts and whatnot, and you could even make it so that it just was, player side map change, and not, so it'd still be like multiplayer compatible. but just design up and put a flat map and create all flat versions of these buildings. So when you put, you know, a bunker on it, it's just a flat bunker, you know, a flat image. Yeah, a terrain-specific 2D map, but also with things like this. Now, the trains that are on the map that you see, these are just, this isn't a real train right here. These are just sort of represent where the supplies are going, but the rails are real and effective on the map. So there isn't like a specific train running here like it is in Railway Empire, just showing where supplies are being moved. Yeah, but a flat Earth would be better. See, the big problem with a flat Earth is how does Japan get over to attack Hawaii? You know, they can't get across the flat Earth. So yeah, if we had a good flat map, we could probably talk them into releasing what we call sort of NATO or traditional counters. But that's what it would take to do it. But no one's done it yet. No one's cared enough about it yet. So pool some money and hire an artist to do it. I don't know. I'll contribute to it if somebody's doing it, actually setting that up. But I'm not going to fund the whole thing or even most of it. But I would contribute $100 to it. Because that's how bad I want it done. Yeah, we'll research mortars here. Hey, Starstreak. How you doing? So we've almost got Spain crushed. Oh, join this attack again. Well, it only has edges at the top and the bottom. It's a cylinder map. It's not flat. It's a cylinder. It's not global. Well, I think he's mistaken. The big match is on next Saturday. Is when, okay, we got a new version. Now this is a shorter range but cheaper submarine. Yeah, we got to get rid of the 3D graphics and go to it. But yeah, this is a cylinder map. It's not a globe, but it is a cylinder. Okay. I do like the way this is handled because we're now producing 6 of these a week. Where those are 2 and those are 1 a week, so we're cranking those out. What do I want more of? What do I want more of? See, right now we've got lots of trucks coming. Hopefully that'll be enough. Trains we got. Well, let's overproduce on trains maybe for now. Endless Earth. Yeah, next Saturday is going to be the starting of it. I doubt we're going to get to any real fighting other than maybe Spain or something. It'll take a few play sessions to get to World War II, I'm sure. Okay, well, I think we will end this episode here. I want to thank you all for liking the videos. If you have, thanks for making it this far. See you next time for more, yes, more hearts.